My wife emptied our joint account and left me while I was asleep. She took my clothes, my memories, and even moved my stuff to storage without a word. But instead of falling apart, I poured myself a cup of coffee and smiled. Because what she didn't know was that I'd seen this coming 5 years ago. She thought I was just a boring accountant. She had no idea I was 10 steps ahead, and this time I wasn't just protecting my money. I was about to protect something far more important: my dignity. It was 11:42 p.m. when I got the text. "I'm not coming back. I've met someone better. Your stuff is in storage." Attached was a screenshot: $118,000 transferred from our joint savings to Dana's private account. That was it. 15 years of marriage ended in 2 sentences and 1 bank notification. I stared at the screen, then quietly set the phone down next to my coffee. The silence in our Des Moines condo felt heavier than usual. The photo on the wall, our wedding day, was the only picture left of us. I should have seen this coming. Maybe I did. Dana was supposed to be on a girls' trip in Palm Springs, but she'd been gone in more ways than one for months. Longer trips, new clothes she never wore around me, phone calls that ended the moment I walked in. I'm a forensic accountant. I notice patterns. I catch details others miss. But this time I'd chosen to ignore them. Or maybe I was just waiting. I opened my laptop, not the one she knew about, and checked the alerts. Multiple attempts to access accounts she didn't even know existed. She'd been thorough. I had to admit that, but I'd been prepared. 5 years ago, I built a contingency plan with my brother, and now it was time to activate it. I didn't throw anything, I didn't scream. I just sat there staring at the spot on the kitchen table where Dana used to leave little notes. Grocery lists, weekend plans, yoga quotes scribbled in pink ink. That spot was empty now, like everything else she'd quietly taken from our life. I made a second cup of coffee, stronger this time, and called my brother Jason. "Remember that contingency plan we designed?" I asked. He paused. "You mean the one for if she ever—" "Yes," I said, "it's time." I'd built that plan after my dad warned me, standing on the porch one summer, beer in hand. "Son, I don't care how pretty she is. If she doesn't respect what you do, she won't respect who you are." He was right. Within hours, I froze all shared accounts, flagged the $118,000 transfer as fraud, and sent everything to my attorney. Dana had made her move. Now it was my turn. What hurts isn't the betrayal. It's how long I saw it coming and did nothing. Maybe I believed love was enough. Maybe I thought she'd grow out of wanting more. Have you ever stayed too long in something that was already breaking? Let me know in the comments, because that night I wasn't broken, I was awake. That night, I opened my laptop not to escape, but to dig. While Dana was tagging beach photos with Trey Harmon on Instagram, I was running a quiet forensic audit. Over a dozen micro-transfers had been moving from our joint account for months, not to her personal savings, but to an LLC, a business. Harmon Fitness. I cross-referenced EIN numbers, license filings, even PayPal transaction logs she didn't know I could access. She'd co-signed on a car loan with him 2 months ago. And worse, she'd secured a gym equipment lease, using our marital status as leverage. I wasn't just funding her new life, I was backing his debt. That's when I realized Dana didn't just leave me. She'd spent a year preparing to erase me, and I'd helped her by being quiet, by trusting, by believing she'd come home from her yoga retreats because she missed me, not because she was planning her escape. Do you know that moment when love dies, not with a bang, but with clarity? I called my brother Jason. It's worse than we thought. He didn't ask questions. You ready to use the data vault? Yes, I said. I want to see everything. Because now, this wasn't about money. This was about proving I was never the fool she thought I was. 3 days later, I sat in my attorney's office with a flash drive and a folder full of proof. My voice was steady. It's time. She scanned the documents, Dana's unauthorized transfers, the forged co-signed loans, and her involvement in Trey Harmon's business. This is more than divorce, she said. This is financial fraud. Then we treat it as such. That afternoon, we filed for emergency asset protection, all shared funds frozen, all financial institutions alerted. The bank launched a fraud investigation into the $175,000 gym loan. By evening, Dana's calls turned frantic. Leonard, what did you do? The bank's calling about Trey's loan. They're seizing equipment. I didn't respond. She wasn't talking to a passive husband anymore. She was talking to a forensic accountant who knew exactly how to dismantle her safety net, one spreadsheet at a time. The next morning, I visited Harmon Fitness. Trey met me in designer sweats and a nervous smile. You must be Leonard, he said. I handed him the folder. Dana used our marriage to secure your loans. You're now personally liable. His tan faded a few shades. I'm not here for revenge, I added, but you deserve to know who you're building your empire with. As I walked out, I didn't feel angry, I felt clear. Because when someone tries to turn you into a fool, the best response is to make sure the truth has paperwork. 3 weeks later, I sat across from Dana at a court-ordered mediation. Her lawyer looked nervous. Dana, tired. The glow of her new beginning had dimmed into something brittle. My attorney slid a document across the table. The bank's investigation is complete. Dana forged multiple signatures using marital assets as loan security without consent. Her lawyer tried to object. My attorney cut in smoothly. If she signs today, Leonard will provide a statement that may reduce the criminal charges. Dana didn't argue. She signed. As we left the room, she grabbed my arm. I never thought you'd fight back. I met her eyes. You never thought I'd stop protecting you. That night, I sat on the porch of a small house I'd just moved into. Modest, quiet, and completely mine. My brother and I had spent the weekend fixing the cabinets just like Dad used to do. I had bourbon in my glass and no one's expectations in my ear. No headlines, no revenge tour, just peace. Because sometimes the best victory isn't about winning loud. It's about walking away clean with nothing left to prove and nothing left to lose. Life doesn't always give you warning signs in bold letters. Sometimes it's just a birthday forgotten, a quiet shift in tone, a bank transfer at midnight. But if you've lived long enough, you know what truly matters can't be bought, borrowed, or manipulated. Respect, peace, integrity. I didn't win by being cruel. I won by being ready, by knowing who I was, even when she forgot. So to anyone out there who's ever felt erased, replaced, or betrayed, let this be your reminder. You don't have to burn everything to the ground to rise again. Sometimes living well is the loudest answer. If this story stirred something in you, drop a comment below. You're not alone, and you're not finished.